Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So as you can see behind me, I have a number of different control dials. They come in all different appliances and electronics, and they are an excellent source of scrappable material. A lot of brass and sometimes copper in these. They're very easy to take apart, some silver in some of them. So what I want to do today is show you how to open them, how to collect those great scrappable metals, and hopefully help you build up your pile. Currently right now, yellow brass is going for $3 a pound in London, Ontario, and copper still continues to stay high. Number 2 copper is over $4.40. So again, some great items here, easy to take apart. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So the first one, no particular order, but a lot of your control dials that come off of washing machines, dryers, ovens even, you can see, just taking this one apart, just showing you the back of it. Look at all that really nice yellow brass. You have some copper right there. This is a control dial from a washer. I did have to remove this. There is a little bit still of copper wire on that. But inside of here, look at all these nice brass prongs that are still in there. And very easy to open. So I'm just gonna open this right now with just a hammer. I definitely want to make sure that I have safety glasses. I also have right here, this is actually off of a blender. But again, look at all the nice push buttons, some yellow brass right there, the connectors, just a little bit of plastic. So very easy, as I said. Make sure that you have safety glasses on. And in my opinion, this is actually very therapeutic doing this. So again, I'm just going to break this plastic. Okay, so just snaps. Look at that. There's a little bit in there. And the nice thing about this as well is look at all of the nice little dots here. Every one of these dots you see there, that is actually a little bit of silver. These are silver contacts. So what I actually do with these is I will actually cut off that tip and I will put these into a vial. So I'm gonna do that just for this one right here. Just cut it with a pair of side cutters. So this little nub like that, there is silver on that, okay? So I'm just gonna put that off to the side. The rest of this is definitely going to be yellow brass. There are a couple screws that I have to take out, which I'm gonna do right now. Okay, the screws obviously are going to go into my tin. You don't wanna keep those on there. But again, this brass, yellow brass right now is $3 a pound. I just actually checked for London, Ontario, and I do have a lot of questions on, you know, taking plug-ins and all that stuff, and I definitely do take all my plug-ins, but look at all that beautiful yellow brass here. And just to verify, some people say, well, sometimes things look like brass, but this definitely is going to be brass, but just to make sure, I always just file it. There is the yellow look inside of it. If that was metallic look, it would be aluminum. But again, you're not going to get aluminum on these connectors here. There's another silver contact that I want to take off. But again, some beautiful yellow brass here. Okay. The other thing about these is a lot of times when you're opening these up, they also have the little prong connectors. I as well collect these. This is obviously not the yellow, this is coated brass, but it is the same price and same pile. You can leave it in together. I'm just actually gonna cut off the little bit of wire there. Okay, the wire, this wire I actually just throw into my 60% appliance recovery bin. And someone asked me, is it okay to have a little bit of copper on there? There, you could see a little bit of copper. If I can't get it all out, the rule is you can have copper on brass, but you can't have brass on copper. So even with that little bit of copper on here, I can throw this into my brass ends and I'll still get brass price. But being that copper is a great source, I can just actually just start picking it out of there. It's just connected a little bit. So if you can, that copper there I put into my number 2. And as I said, I can easily do that with some side cutters, just popping that up. Okay, this push button here, as you can see, the nice, I wanted to use this because it is see-through. push the button there, you can see that little lever goes up and down. That lever is copper, and there is also a silver contact on that. Some people will say you could probably try and resell these items. This I know for a fact doesn't work because this actually came off of my dryer and it was irreparable. So unfortunately, this is just going to be scrapped. But again, just going to take my hammer, make sure I have my safety glasses on. Okay, just gonna open that. Okay, and this is a pretty solid box here. Okay, sometimes you can just open it actually after you crack it. I'm gonna try it this way instead. But again, inside of there is definitely some great scrappable items. There we go. Just opening it. And I will clean up the plastic after, but again, this is where my safety glasses come in. A little bit of garbage. But look at this beautiful copper here as well. Okay, this is all apparatus together. I'm gonna try and slide that off. There. So there is, again, this is going to be copper. There is another silver contact. And there's a little silver contact on that one as well. But this prong, if I just kind of try and pull it out, I'm going to try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But side cutters also work just to break up that plastic. So, again, it all adds up in material. Wow, this is stubborn. But that means it's well made. So, there we go. Get that out of there. Okay, so there is another beautiful piece of brass. Okay, and I will include in my video at the end of it the tally. But again, this is off of a blender. You can see the nice little knobs there. Just pull them off. And this again, same method, hammer. Okay, and I don't want to break the whole thing. I want to make sure I have some of it, but the brass is not in here. There's my brass. Okay, so just pull these prongs off. Look at that. This has silver contacts all the way down each one of those and some nice brass. Okay, inside of here, there may be some copper, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, but again, all these just fold out. There's another silver contact. Unbelievable how many they have. And as I said, look at that. I just got a piece right off the glasses there. So definitely want to make sure safety is #1 priority. Your eyesight is definitely worth more than this little bit of scrap. Okay, but again, some really nice brass knobs on there. Okay, here I have another control. This is actually just off of a dishwasher, your control pad. Again, look at all of the nice prongs that come off of that. Just another heavy plastic that I'm going to use a hammer for. Okay, this one was from a paper shredder I actually just did. And a lot of times you will find push buttons like this that you hear. Okay, there will be a tiny, tiny dot of silver under that. I don't actually open those for that. But I did want to show this because there are sometimes your tiny push buttons. And this one's actually interesting because this circuit board actually has some gold on it. Okay, not all of them will. You'll get a lot of times where it is the brown circuit board that will just have these buttons. Sometimes they just have a small little black dot on the top that's a push button once you take that off. A lot of dishwashers, for example, have those. But this one is interesting, as I said, because it has a little bit of gold. Your microwaves definitely are a beautiful source of circuit board scrap, if you will. On the back of these push buttons, there is going to be a nice circuit board. I do have a separate video on transformers that has a beautiful thing of copper in it. These relay boxes as well, great source of material. They will come off of here as well. If I just take one off, very easy to do. Okay, they are also loaded with copper and silver. Okay, but again, this one just opened it, has some copper prongs on it. There is a little bit of silver in there. And relay boxes are an awesome thing because they always have a nice spool of copper inside. So just gonna open this one just to show you, okay? But there's a nice spool of copper as well. But the reason I wanted to show this was also because they also, on the inside of these panels, have a silver mylar board, a mylar board. So what I'm gonna do, very simple, is take a knife. Where is my knife? There it is. And I just wanna actually peel it under this. Okay, so again, just gonna take this. All of your microwaves have this board. Okay, you gotta get under the panel. There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up. There is, right there, my mallard board. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it off of the end here, rip it. Okay, so there it is. This board here underneath, and it does have a layer, so I have to peel off the one layer. But all of this circuit board is or does contain silver, okay? So there it is, silver. I have a huge bag of these stored up. All I do is I'll just keep them together. This is not heavy, but when I start looking at shipping costs, this is something that I could send online to a place called boardsort.com. They will buy these because of the silver content in them. If I was to take this into a scrapyard, they may give me 3 cents a pound or 5 cents a pound, and this is definitely not even an ounce. So again, over my scrapping time, I have a bag of them. I actually have over 1.5 pounds. So I've probably taken apart 200 microwaves. So it definitely adds up. But I wanted to show that. Okay, so your push buttons, as I said, on this side, make sure you get that because there is scrappable material in this. And as I said, silver, precious metal, who knows what the value is going to be in the future. But definitely on the back, your circuit board has some silver in here as well, and your copper. So great transformer as well. Okay, last one I wanted to show, just a random one here, is my on and on switch. This is another thing you can see. Definitely find a lot of these in Renos. It does have the plastic on here. This one is heavily worn, but just again, going to do the hammer test. Okay, smash her open, and as you can see, there it is on the side. There is some copper and brass as well. These screws are brass as well, so you definitely want to make sure you unscrew those, put those into your brass, okay? And there is a little bit of tin on here as well. So very easy to do. As I said, they come in all forms. This one has, again, this is out of a dryer, another nice connector. There is a beautiful piece of brass sticking out, some nice brass prongs. This wire is gonna be 60%, okay? But again, very therapeutic in my opinion, taking these apart, using the hammer, getting to do a little smasheroo. Okay, but look at all of that, loaded with brass, and inside of that too, you can see right there some copper, okay? So again, there is definitely some great dials and items in ovens, dishwashers, microwaves, like I said, dishwashers here, microwaves in the back, ovens, washing machines, dryers, definitely your bigger items like this, and definitely a great source of brass as well as copper. So each easy video, again, this was from someone that asked me about this to do it. Please continue to comment, asking questions. I will do my best to answer those. Please stay well, happy scrapping. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.